Folks, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the pod. If you're new, please toss a like on the video. It helps us out very much. Subscribe if you're new. We're getting close to being able to get monetized, so D'Lo can finally see a penny for all of his hard work, and God knows it's going to be a tough one to edit today. We had another little audio issue, folks. It sounds good now, and it's going to sound good for the first 2 minutes, and then for some reason, I don't know, you're going to get 30 minutes of camera audio, unfortunately. I apologize. That's going to be on all platforms. That's on YouTube. That's on the fucking, that's on the audio pod. So if you're listening to this in the car and you want to skip the first 40 minutes of shit audio, please don't, but the audio's a little dicey for a little while. It's a bit of a longer episode this week. We kind of made up for it. We went a little longer on the good mics after. But, yeah, for some reason, it just cut out. Shit wasn't registering. We kind of lost the files. Happens once in a while. It's good. It's like fucking when the crops get burned sometimes, you just clean it, What do they say? What do they burn crops sometimes? It's good for the crops. Just you thin the herd a little bit. Thinning the herd is a thing that the Rothschilds are trying to do. It's a different thing, but you know what I'm saying? What the fuck is it? Not supposed to swear at the start of a YouTube video. This is already not going to get pushed, so the hell with it. But you know what? You know when farmers will burn part of their crops to, I think, just promote health of crops. I'm telling you, it's a thing they do. We kind of need to do that every few months, just periodically, to keep us sharp. Remember, hey, we're one bad stroke of luck away from losing this audio. We gotta stay on the ball. So this is one of those episodes, guys. But no, look, a lot going on. Messi's coming to Montreal in a couple of months. Ticket prices are fucking through the roof. We have a lot to talk about to that, and little deep dive on a Montreal cult figure, a Montreal Italian cult figure who raises a pretty good point. About it's a real prisoner's dilemma of what's worse. When you have a kid, what's worse, X or Y? He raises a really interesting point. We'll get into that in a little bit. We've got a little Azzurri talk. There's a new jersey out. People are mad about it. And D'Lo, you don't like it. You don't like the jersey. You said it's ugly, and I think you need to grow up, is what we said. Kaká got studs up tackled by a YouTuber at a charity football game. Roma were spied on by Torino's assistant coach. He got arrested. And YouTube thinks I'm a pussy and gives me cooking videos. And the internet gives D'Lo people dying on his algorithm. We talk about that and much more. Buckle in. The audio gets good before it gets bad, but stay tuned for the ride. It's a good episode. Hope you guys enjoy it, and stay tuned till the end despite the audio issues, please. It helps us out very much, and we do get into a lot of interesting matters. It's just going to be on lower quality because it's a low budget operation, guys. That's what we are. It's what we do, and once in a while you're going to get a little bit of a burning of the crops. This is a burning of the crops episode. It's for no guests, no Kanye, no crazy Kanye stories this week. It's just me and D'Lo talking about nonsense and burning the crops. I'm Sam Adamo, and this is the Bordello. All right, what's going on, folks? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another episode of the Bordello. I'm back in studio with D'Lo, who's on spring break.
Study break.
Reading week?
Yeah, reading week.
Whatever
the fuck you want to call it.
More like chess playing week, bro. It's time to get that fucking rating up. Fucking based God. What are you watching? You told me you were watching
chess. No, this is a long time ago.
Improvement videos on YouTube?
I asked you if you got to that point. Because, after you get into it a bit, you might start watching some chess openings or, some strats.
Some strats.
Some strats.
Is that lingo from the
strategies?
The industry? No, I got it. Yeah, I picked up on it. I'm proficient in the English language.
I thought you threw me off. I was confused there.
I'm not into that. I'm not into cheating. I think that's like performance enhancing drugs. You're on PEDs if you're doing that. I have a real authentic rating, which is a reflection of my cognitive ability. You have sought knowledge, I guess. The boys are all out trying to improve their chess rating. We were talking before off pod.
I saw a stat that I think after 4 moves or 5 moves, no chess game is identical. Or it's like, it's impossible for... No, it's actually more than 5. But I saw some stat. It was like after a certain amount of moves, no chess game is ever identical.
I'll tell you what, some of the chess games I'm playing are unlike anything else because when you should be doing one thing, I'm zoinking. As Jay Pritchett once said in an episode of Modern Family, when they zig, you zoink. They're like, isn't it zag? He goes, exactly. You know? Yeah, bro. Men are just becoming autistic. I was telling you off pod before. Just everyone is playing chess now. Even guys who had it all together, we're all just playing chess now. Because I don't know. It's just the thing you do as a guy now is you're supposed to like to engage in war simulation. That's what they'll say is it simulates battle or war, or military strategy, you know, or like boxing coaches who will like talk about how, I don't know, a fight is like chess, or you need to consider how to KO him. KO him is like a checkmate, whatever. I don't know. So that's what you're doing spring break is you're just playing an abundant amount of chess. Yeah. Studying how to get better.
I actually downloaded 8-Ball Pool also. I'm replaying 8-Ball Pool
it's productive. It's great. We're not paying you enough to cut some fucking clips for this pod, or we get downloading Pool to play remotely instead of going into a bar like a real civilized person.
Games.
What? Sorry.
Playing iPhone games.
Aw, dude. Nah, grow up, dude. Go play chess in a park. Against a bunch of black men. It's all black men in the park who are kicking people's asses. I don't know if you know this, but there's legions of black guys in New York that just whoop your ass, dude. I've
heard about those.
Yeah, it's just Asians and black guys just beating the fuck out of each other mentally in New York City. Yeah, I don't know. Go to a dive bar and play pool instead of playing 8-Ball Pool on your phone.
No, it was just last week. Exams, couldn't leave the house, you know.
Yeah, Concordia University got a bit of a walloping on the pod last week. You go to Concordia. You're in the accounting department. I heard there's one accounting teacher at Concordia. Concordia University in Montreal is like, it's the fucking Italian school is what it is. Like most of the Italian kids will go to John Molson School of Business, which is the commerce program at Concordia University, which operates on a 4.3 GPA scale, not the traditional 4.0 one that, you know, Harvard, Cambridge, Oxford, McGill all operate on. You're on the 4.3 scale. So when you say you have a 3.6 GPA, it's actually 3.6 over 4.3. That's a fun little factoid for you, but it's fine, you know. Listen, I think it's very valuable to go to Concordia University and study some of the things that people study there. It's great, really, you know. Why go into the workforce? Why learn a trade? Why learn a real world skill so that if World War III breaks out, you've got to go move to Tajikistan, you could live. Why do that when you could study, I don't know, you could study English literature at Concordia? You got to get that degree, right? So I know this one prof, apparently, I know somebody who's at that school who told me that this one really Italian prof basically just yells like the whole time. He's this Italian guy who's like, he's like an accounting teacher, and he's like, if you don't understand this, he goes, you need a new degree. He goes, it's not complicated. This is English. You understand English? You should understand this. You don't understand this concept, there's something wrong with you. He's just like bullying people the whole time. The whole time he's teaching, you know, he's giving a lecture. It's kind of awesome. He's like this old Italian uncle who's like, this is simple. Do you have any of these profs? Maybe? Well, you're in accounting at Concordia. Have you not encountered any of the super Italian profs who will like just yell at you?
I've had one.
A bunch of kids in Napoli tracksuits. I've heard in these classrooms. I heard it's a bunch of women in in Aritzia puffer jackets and guys in Napoli tracksuits.
I don't know. I haven't seen any Napoli tracksuits, but
That's what I've heard. That's what I fucking heard, dude. Apparently, Paula once wore the Cosenza tracksuit that I got her once last year for our anniversary, which barely fits her because her breasts are too ample. But it fits me perfectly, funnily enough. So it's funny how that works, you know. As long as she owns it, I'm gonna keep snagging it. That's what happens when you get further into a relationship. Is you give gifts that you could use also. Yeah, she said she wore that once to school and fucking people were, you know, she was getting looks. You know, she was getting looks from fellas. Yeah. If she walked in, dude, if I was single and a girl walked into fucking class with a Cosenza tracksuit, dude, I would just, my seed would want to leave my body. Something would tell me I need to procreate with whatever the hell that is. It's at a deep subconscious
start
level.
talking about Frabota.
Yeah. He's a good-looking kid. Some people say I look like him. Concordia, Matt. How are your exams? I've heard that a lot of people just cheat the fuck out of those exams, dude. I remember when I was there, like years ago. This is years ago, and I don't really know the department in question, but I would hear stories about like people at Concordia, dude, who would just like totally cheat the systems. You would have like tutors offering like off-campus, I don't know, crash courses, and some of them would be like in cahoots with like department heads, and they would be like getting exams and sending them to students covertly. This is years ago. You know, I don't really know the department. Maybe in the psych department. Might have been sociology. I don't fucking remember, dude. But this is a long time ago. I graduated college. It's gonna be 5 years, right? So we're going back at least like half a decade here. You know, but you would hear like rumblings about it. You know, at McGill you would have all these like little nerds who would be studying for exams and stressing the fuck out. And at Concordia, everyone would be chill. They would just be like, yeah, don't worry. I took a crash course. Half the classes are online. And there would just be like these Italian guys or like these Armenian guys or these ethnic guys who would like be in cahoots with, I don't know, like someone's cousin would be like a fucking prof and you're a TA. And I don't know, you would just like give the prof like a piece of the action, I guess. I don't know. It was crazy, dude. I heard this one story once about how like a contingent of Chinese people at like Concordia who had this scam running.
They have the money, right?
Yeah, like some of them would barely even speak English, and they would be like acing exams because there would just be like one Chinese TA.
I'm actually in a group
who would just like write the exams.
Take a look at these names that I'm in a group project with. I'll let you bring that up.
Is it like Fiona, Frank?
No.
yeah. Man. Some of these sound barese. Rishu. Yingli. Kind of sounds a little, sounds Marquejan. Wangju. It sounds Napolitan. Wangju. Well, you know, that's who's they're sending their best and their brightest over, dude. Is what that is. A lot of the people that come here from China actually and study here are complete degenerates. They're all hype beasts and they gamble, they smoke like crazy. They're not even taking exams. They're just paying someone off to do it for them. And good for them. You know, power to them. It's a very corruptible system. And, you know, but you don't cheat, and you studied very hard, unfortunately. And, you had to miss out last week. You had to miss out on a lot. I asked you if you wanted to go to attend an LNAH hockey game with Mango and I and a couple of other boys.
Smoking cigarettes inside.
I was smoking cigarettes inside, dude. It was a lot of fun, bro. We fucking so the LNAH is a semi-pro hockey league. It's arguably like the lowest level of professional hockey in North America, or one of. There are 6 to 8 teams, all in Quebec. It's called the Ligue Nord-Américaine du Hockey, so the North American Hockey League, but all the teams are in Quebec, so which is technically in North America. It's not untrue. So we went to go watch the Pétrolier de Laval play against a team from Rivière-du-Loup. 3 fights, 2 on the ice, 1 in the stands. I swear to God. And then at halftime, the first intermission, I went to go take a leak, and I noticed a sign that said lodges up here behind like a tarp. So I just snuck up to the lodges, and I just walked into like an empty lodge. I tried to get the boys to come up, fucking smoking inside. It was incredible. It was fucking incredible, dude. And Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Packed. Fucking packed, dude. Fucking absolutely loaded. Everyone there was cooked. It was like minus 15 degrees outside. 3,500 people packed into this barn. General admission. Buying tickets at the ticket office. Merch. One guy we were there with bought a mug and he was drinking beer out of it. He bought a mug for $4, $4 for a Petrolier mug. And it was a good time. You should come next time if we ever look to go back. We might have to go back for the playoffs. It's one of those. It's fucking smoking inside. We got to get you back on. Got to get you back on the chags, dude.
Sounds good.
You would smoke a chag inside, right? If you could. I smoked 2 chags inside, dude. I smoked one in the lodge, and at one point I stepped out at the second intermission, and the third started, and I was outside, like basically in the doorway, and I was like, what am I doing? So I just kind of walked in with the cigarette kind of like tucked under my under my wrist almost, right? I just kept walking. It's smoking behind me, fucking through people, getting into my seats, smoking in the area. No one cares. No one cares. It's liberating to smoke inside. It's a real powerful feeling, But Laval is a fun place. We've been over this ad nauseum. There's a lot of French people in Laval. There's a lot of Italian people in Laval. We were a group of like 5 wops, and we were the only, like if we got into a fight and got arrested or something, and our names got into the news, they'd be like, "Qu'est-ce qu'il faisait là? C'est italien." Fucking won't name names, but. Yeah, it was just all fucking Italian names. But yeah, Laval's fun. I actually, get this, I didn't tell you this, dude. I got asked to do an ad for an Italian restaurant opening in Laval next week. They want to shoot for a day. They'll pay me $1,000 for a day's work. So to the point where I'm like, all right, I think I might have to do this, but I'm kind of like, being gay for pay on this. Like, I'm selling my soul for this a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And it was presented to me by a Lebanese man. And naturally, they all want to be Italian, right? They're like, hey, you're Italian, I'm Lebanese, we're all Mediterranean. You're like, really? And you got to check a map to be like, oh, Lebanon is on the Mediterranean? I didn't realize. Syria is on the Mediterranean? You guys are a Mediterranean state? I don't know, I thought you guys were godless. I grew up thinking you guys were just a godless fucking, ISIS-laden desert, because that's, that's what the narrative was when I was in high school. You would see the beheading videos apparently in Syria. It didn't look like, the Sicilian coastline. It didn't look like the Mediterranean. But apparently there is Mediterranean coast in Lebanon and Syria. And yeah, so a Lebanese man proposed it to me, and he comes to me with a little bit of reverence, because he's like, I know the podcast, and I've seen the podcast, and I thought, who's the most Italian man I could think of, and it was you. And I didn't know whether to be, insulted or not, because, respectfully, like listen, God loves some of the people that I know that are doing, very Italian shit. That ain't me, you know what I'm saying? That ain't my brand. That ain't my breadbasket. Like, I'm too honest, Like, I'm gonna say, like, what am I gonna say, The restaurant is called Sergio Lino. It's not even open yet. I don't know if it's any fucking good. For all I know, it could be run by a guy who, an uncle of mine hates, and, and they're involved with these people, and who the fuck knows? I don't know what I'm getting into. I got to make sure that, I guess I got to do my due diligence and make sure that I wouldn't be aligning with the wrong fucking people, It's probably mob-owned, for all I know. It's probably a money laundering operation of some kind to have a marketing budget for a new Italian restaurant in Laval. And the pitch to me was, you're a very Italian man. So right away, this guy's like, hey, I'm not worthy. You're so Italian. He doesn't sound like that. He sounds kind of like us. Like, yeah, bro. But he's Lebanese. So in his mind, they kind of all want to be Italian. Like Albanians. Albanians and Lebanese all want to be Italian. You ask an Albanian guy if Italy's cool, and they're like, yeah, we're cool with Italy. And the answer is yes, we are. Because we, generally, Italians think very little of them, and there's a lot of reverence coming from them to Italians, right? Because of, The Godfather. So it's an amicable relationship, because the Albanians just kind of like to suck off the Italian people. Generally, I found, at least abroad, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not going to complain about that, But yeah, so I got asked to do an ad, and I don't know what the script is, dude. And it might just be like I have to fucking dress like Chris Moltisanti or something, with a fucking tucked in wife beater. And, I told him, I'm doing his job for him. I'm like, hey, let me see the script. I'll punch it up a little bit. And this script's going to wind up being, you know, what's the fucking restaurant? Sergio. There's a lot of bad restaurants out there. This ain't one of them. Sergio, one of the good ones. Like, I don't know where I'm going with it. But yeah, man, they shouldn't get me to do it. They should get like a real wop. They should get fucking Bello Brini to do it, bro. Who's a friend of the pod. Fuck him, dude. Like I just said fuck him. I don't mean fuck him. I don't know why I said. I don't mean fuck him. I mean like fuck. I actually meant to say fuck me. Like fuck me, dude. He'd be good for that. That's his bread. He'll just fucking get on a video. You know, any Italian community has a guy like this. You know, Toronto has these fucking guys. There's a guy I did a show with called the douchebag Guido.
I've seen that guy.
You've seen him, yeah? He did stand up. He was on a show in fucking Woodbridge or Maple. And he's like, yeah, bro, fucking mint, yeah. And he's doing all right because he's talking to wops. And I'm up there talking about, you know, Tommy DeVito and Hitler, and it's kind of it's half, you know. It's going all right, but it's a club set. He's just getting up there, you know, yelling about you know, Guido shit. You kind of need guys like this that are unashamed to do stuff in their little community. Brini does stuff with like a page here called Insieme Montreal, and he acts at Joe and Mary's wedding. That ain't me. I'm not doing Joe and Mary's wedding. Maybe I should just do it for fun and say, fuck it. I don't care that the people here are, you know what? Fuck the fact that they don't really know what's going on in the Middle East. They make money. The people that go to Joe and Mary's wedding know nothing about the world, and they're all fucking rich. They all own fucking houses. They all own equity in something. Fuck it. Do they really need to know about Palestine? You know? It's almost more respectable. So, yeah, they should get like Brini, is what I think. And I had half a mind to recommend him to them. Yeah, just because that's his brand. He'll come out and be like, yeah, we're at this pizza place. Yeah, it's pretty top. Like, he's like, he doesn't care. This is what he does. It's his personality, you know? So I can't do that. It's just not me. I would feel like a sellout because I know that's just not my personality. It's not what I'm pursuing. But I'm going to do it anyway. I talked to the guy and I bullied him into letting me modify the script. But they really should get like Mike Lucci or something. You know who that is? You know Mike Lucci? You've seen him before.
The COVID times.
So, bro. So a friend of the pod really wants me to get him on. Mike Lucci's this guy in St. Leonard, the Italian neighborhood here, who just yells on Instagram Live. And he sent me a video. You pull up his video of Mike Lucci, actually, I sent it to you. Because it was incredible.
Wait, let me guess. Does it have anything to do with basketball?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Was he gambling on basketball?
Yeah, I think like last March Madness, there was like a video of him just going crazy when like, okay, is this one?
I have a buddy who thinks I need to get him on the pod. I want you to blast it. Hang on, I don't want to watch this video. Just blast it. Blast it so that we can all hear.
Is it not going full screen?
No problem. Just toss it up here. Do what you can. So yeah, they should get a guy like this to fucking advertise. To advertise for fucking, Sergio Lino restaurant. I'm telling you, like, if there's anyone that should be doing this sort of thing, it's a guy who sounds like this. I don't think I'm the guy. I'm gonna have to put it on. And then it's gonna feel inauthentic. What's this guy got to say?
How dare you? How this? I don't care. That to me is an X. I'm leaving. I'm not even gonna do the kid. I'm leaving my wife. I'm leaving. You're dealt a card like that, it's the worst card to be dealt with. In my eyes. Take it how you want to fucking take it. It's the worst card to be dealt. It's worse than having your kid have cancer. In my eyes. I'm going to say it how I'm going to say it. Okay? I don't care. I don't care if I insulted anybody on that aspect. To me, it's worse than my kid having cancer. We're going to fucking go into that. No, because I have a lot of people on my thing that they're for this shit. And I'm not going to get into too much of this crap. I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to insult anybody because there's people that are friends that turned into this. But that's something that I don't agree with.
I
think he's talking about, I believe he's talking about the transgender community, Kilo.
What? With who?
Now look at the comments. You got a bunch of people fucking, the applause emojis. Which is great. You keep playing it. Play it out. Fuck it.
How dare you? How this? I don't care.
You lost it. It's fine.
That to me is an
He's talking about he's talking about kids. He's talking about kids going trans. What did he say? That to me is an X. That to me is worse than your kid having cancer. Listen. I think I speak for everyone when I say we got to get him on the pod. No, really. Hey. Listen.
I think it's a good idea.
I think, look, it would be electric if he came on. You understand what I mean? This guy should be doing that ad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? you know. Here's the thing. Hang on. What did he say? He said having a kid who's trans is worse than having a kid that has cancer. Let's weigh the pros and cons for a second. Your kid has cancer. Everyone at school loves him. He becomes a hero. Your kid becomes trans in high school. Everyone at school fears him. Is it better to be feared or loved?
Machiavelli.
That's the thing. Maybe he's got it all twisted. Maybe trans is better because everyone's like, whoa, hey, don't want to touch this one. Hey, do what you want. You know, kid comes out as trans. I'm like, hey, just please don't come for me. You know, it's the last kid you want to make fun of now. The narrative was that they would get made fun of a lot, and I think they might still. But there seems to be a trend now where younger people are like afraid to make fun of these people. We can't make fun of them. It's over for me. I'm getting expelled if I make fun of this kid, you know? Optically, it's a horrible look. Imagine if this gets out in the news. Trans kid gets bullied and school does nothing. So, you're feared. Listen, here's the thing about cancer. And this is a thing that not a lot of people, people die of cancer. Cancer sucks, okay? But when you're young and you have cancer, best case scenario for like most people, generally, is that you get cancer as a teenager, but a good kind. You don't want a bad cancer, but if you get a good cancer, like one that, you could post about it, you go through the motions, you get to make it part of your thing, you come out of your shell a little bit, that could be the best thing that happens to a kid. Because then everyone rallies around him. But again, it's one that you can easily beat. Like, yeah, you're like, okay, this is a scare, we caught it, he's gonna beat it, he's just gotta get through he's got to get through it. He doesn't have like a melanoma. He has like I don't know. He's got I don't know. Stage zero, but he needs chemo. He still gets to go through the process. That's grueling, it's tough, but it builds character. And kids start to, no one's gonna make fun of the kid that has cancer, right? You maybe bullied him a little bit, you feel bad now. You put that on the college application. Come on. You're getting it anywhere. What's the hardest thing you had to go through? What's the hardest thing you had to overcome? How's cancer? Yeah, I see your gender identity crisis and I raise you cancer. Fuck you. That's the hand I was dealt with. That's badass. It's kick-ass if you could beat it. It's high risk, high reward. It's very high risk, high reward. So what you want is a low risk one where the kid beats it. Thank God, everything's all right. You don't want anything bad to happen to kids. We don't want kids to die of cancer. We don't want more people to get cancer. But ideally, if your kid beats cancer because it's like the good, I don't know, not the good cancer, but if there's like a very easy, low-level one. And assume it doesn't come back, because that's a problem. Or sometimes if you have cancer, it can come back to haunt you down the line, and you need to, be screened. That's a real issue. But assume that, he continues to live life without incident. You look back at it and say, yeah, it was a formative moment in his life. There's no going back with trans, right? Maybe he's onto something. If Bud Light had gotten a kid with cancer, a special nobody would have been upset. when they gave it to Dylan Mulvaney.
Hold on. A kid with cancer drinking beer.
Yeah, a kid with cancer drinking non-alcoholic Bud Light. You know, I don't know. You just give him a special. You want to boost his spirits. I don't know. Maybe it's a kid in like West Virginia or something. You know. You send. I don't know, bro. Maybe it's like What if Kid Rock has a kid who has cancer or something? And you want to send the kid like a Bud Light can because Kid Rock used to love Bud Light, and you want to support your boy. Hey, we made the boy a special can with his name on it. You know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, listen.
I think we need to get him on.
I think we need to get him on in some capacity. And I don't know. I think we gotta just maybe we gotta broach this subject with him. Think about it, dude. If your kid goes trans, everyone's walking on eggshells around him. Everyone's scared of him, though. That's kind of a good thing. You go around and become a boss.
Yeah,
I fucking run the world now, you know?
I'm just imagining you like saying this stuff, like the cancer stuff around him, like he's just gonna like feed into it, like he's gonna love it. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Listen. He's one of the great scholars of Saint Leonard. I think he's worth. Yeah, we'll have him on. We'll have Mike Lucci on. Fuck it. I'll ask him to come on. He knows I'll ask him to come on. I'm not promising anything. I think we need to make it happen. Is the point? You know. Listen. It's a horrible thing to say. It's worse than having your kid have cancer. We need to get him on. You know? Anyway. Look, bro. I want to talk about something that's been going on. Are you going to the Messi game?
No.
You're not going to the CFM
no.
Messi game? Have you seen the ticket prices for the Messi game?
6-7, right?
$600-700. Yeah, you know, see fucking Messi. You know, assuming he doesn't die in a car crash tomorrow. Yeah, at least so I don't know what other teams are charging, but CF Montreal are charging an arm and a leg for tickets to watch Messi play. Directly from CF Montreal.
Not resale.
Not resale. Dude, they're smart. Here's the thing. What the fuck, dude? If you're CF Montreal, okay, if you're Saputo, what are you gonna do? You're gonna sell tickets at a slightly marked up price as you would for like a Toronto game, or as if, I don't know, fucking Nani's coming, or Andrea Pirlo, or, Insigne, we're gonna jack up the price, 20%. No. That's crazy. Because they know that the resale market's gonna go crazy and they're gonna lose out on it.
Yeah.
I respect them for saying fuck it. We're not even concerned about the optics, which the optics of it aren't even bad. People understand. Yeah, he's fucking Messi. We're selling the tickets at an astronomical rate. There's 20,000 seats in that stadium. It's not the Big O. We're selling a finite amount of tickets. So we almost cut out there for a sec, but we're good. We're selling a finite amount of tickets, and we're gonna price it accordingly. We're gonna try to maximize return on this, because that's the thing. They were gonna sell at this price regardless, in the the tertiary market. And imagine, them looking at this saying, oh, we're getting dicked here. This kind of fucking sucks, It really sucks to have to sell it for less. What, for the optics? For a couple of fans who are gonna get mad, who are like loser season ticket holders, who are like, oh yeah, this was my life.
The season ticket holders still get the
if
game.
anything, season ticket holders should be happy. Yeah, they already bought bought the season ticket. They sold them out.
You could sell that.
It's like the easiest sell ever this year, because what they did was they just had to say, hey, big, comment ça va? Tu peux acheter un billet pour le match de Messi. I'm not gonna speak French. Don't speak French. But they were like, hey, Jean, fucking, you buy one, whatever. Hey, Amir, there's a lot of, I assume, I don't know who the fuck knows. There's a wide range of people that buy tickets to the CFM games. Who likes, it's a lot of Arab guys, whatever. Think about it, dude. You fucking call up Naled. Hey, Naled, what's up, bro? You could fucking buy, season tickets for $800. You could buy the Messi game for $500. What do you want? It's a no-brainer. So there were some leftovers, and they went on sale last week. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because fan groups are pissed. The supporter group, the CF Montreal supporter group, denounced the ticket price, citing, I don't know, what did they even say? articles were written about it here in local newspapers or local publications. Let's read this here. Look at this. CF Montreal supporters groups denounced ticket prices for Messi Inter Miami's visit by the Canadian press. Two CF Montreal supporter groups are taking issue with the rise in ticket prices with Messi mania coming to the city this spring. Inter Miami and Lionel Messi, the global icon who took North American soccer by storm with his Florida arrival last summer, are scheduled to visit Montreal Stade Saputo for a Major League Soccer game on May 11th. I might go to this fucking game, dude. Supporters Group 1642 Montreal released a statement Wednesday morning on X, formerly known as Twitter, stating that the club intends to charge $450 plus taxes for in the designated supporters section in the stadium's East End, more than 10 times the price of any other match, they say. Blah, 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 blah. Collective Impact Montreal, another group which occupies the supporters section on the West End, added its voice to concern. CF Montreal announced on January 18th the season tickets starting at $444 for the whole season had sold out for the first time since the club joined MLS in 2012. Making
Season
up
tickets are only $444.
starting at that price. Yeah, so that's the starting price.
Okay.
Yeah, reasonable. And
yeah,
brother. So here's the thing. Here's the problem with fucking hardo supporter groups, dude. Here's the fucking problem. You want a club to do well. You want them to buy players. You want them to make money. Do you want the club to fucking succeed? People put money into this, private family money, into a team. And they have an opportunity to make a clean $1 million. Get extra off the top, $2 million, whatever it is. I don't know. I can't, I don't know the math on it, but I'm just running off the dome. And what, they're not going to do it? Are you stupid? Are you fucking nuts, dude? You're mad that your team, you're a supporter, you're an ultra. You're a supporter who fucking claims to love this team more than anyone, to the point that it's weird. And you're mad that they're charging too much money, that they're doing too well? They're going to sell out a game. They're going to sell it out. People are going to spend the money on it anyway. Someone's getting dicked and party with the money. Let it be the team that profits from it. You fucking doofus. I don't know, bro. Don't you guys have season tickets? What do you give a shit, What do you fucking care? Now, here's the thing. Cosenza's playing Catanzaro on the weekend. And 3,000 tickets sold in the first hour for the pre-sale. And a bunch of Cosenza fans were like, oh, yeah, tanti occasionali che stanno venendo allo stadio, occasionals, casuals. Let the people come. Just let the club make a little bit of fucking money. It's such a meager living. It's such a meager living. Football is they make so little money, some of these clubs. Let them fucking make a little bit of money and just buy one more day of life before the inevitable, bankruptcy some point down the line. Just you're keeping one day ahead of the creditors. We got Catanzaro, great. We'll try to sell out the stadium, to the best of our ability. It'll be like 3 games, in one. We got 18 home games? It's like we got 21 this year. Great. We got a little more than we anticipated because they're playing like another team from, Calabria. I've never understood that. I've never understood why people care to that extent. It's like, let the club do what's best for itself, Just shut up. People care too much about stupid stuff. The Italy jerseys for the Euro got leaked. Can you pull them up here? I haven't seen them for a few days. We'll overlay them here for people to see on YouTube.
They are pretty ugly, though.
What are you doing? They're ugly. It's a fucking Adidas jersey. What did you expect? When has Adidas ever made jerseys that are nicer than Puma? Look up the leak. No, just look up
Twitter.
Italy jersey leak. You gotta look up the leak. Here we go. When is this from? Yeah, it's got the green, white, red on the shoulders. People are saying it's the ugliest shirt ever. Shut up and take your medicine. Shut up, cough it up. Cough it up. You're gonna buy it in the summer. Just shut up and just pay for it. Buy it, that's it. What are you complaining about a fucking Italy jersey, dude? You're going to buy the thing anyway. It's blue. It's an Italy jersey, it's blue. That's it. It's Italy, it's blue, you're gonna wear it. And you're gonna put fucking, whoever's name on it. What's gonna be the big name this summer?
I have it easy.
Yeah, you just get Di Lorenzo. That's a good one. You get D'Lo on your jersey. Yeah, it's not bad. Who's the big one going to be this year? Who do we have? Chiesa. It's going to be a lot of Chiesa, probably. 2 years ago it was what's up?
What's like an underrated one? I'm trying to think.
I would always go for the craziest ones. I got a Bernardeschi one from 2016. I had an Insigne one from 2014. I had a Jovinko one in 2012. And then I stopped getting names recently. Because my rule is you can't get the name of someone younger than you. No, we're good. Yeah, the mic. Yeah, sorry, there's a little issue with the mic, but it's still fine. Yeah, what were you saying?
Someone with like Jorginho.
No, he's not going. Come on, he's not going.
Of course he's going.
No, I don't know if he is. He might. He probably is. Yeah, I don't know.
He's playing with Arsenal. Arsenal's top of the league.
What's happening with Marco Verratti, man? He's like 30 years old.
I looked that up today.
He's yeah. He had to refute claims, I think, a couple of months ago that his lifestyle is poor. Because he's just the only guy that's honest about the fact that he smokes cigarettes and goes out and has a glass of wine. I don't know, bro.
I was looking up like other players in that league. No one. There's no one in that league.
No. If he had gone to Saudi Arabia, there might have been a case to make that he's still on the map, but he's in like the Qatar League. The Qatar Stars League. You know, your level's got to drop off a little bit when that happens, right?
He has 4 assists in like 8 games.
Does he?
I looked it up today.
All right, we're back. Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully we're coming in a little more clearly now. It's incredible how stuff keeps plaguing the pod. It's very rare that we get one that just works out on all fronts. It looks good. It sounds good. You're here. I'm here. I don't know. So yeah, we'll give a disclaimer. We'll have given a disclaimer at the start of the pod that you should expect poor audio for the first half or so of the pod. Well, now we're getting into the good audio part, I guess. Yeah. So let's just pick up where we were before. We were talking about Verratti and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Just listen. Sandro Tonali's not playing at the Euro, which is a big problem.
Free Beans too.
Free Beans. Beans might be back.
I miss him.
You miss Beans? Beans might be back, but I don't know if he's going to play at the fucking Euro, dude. I don't know if he's going to get right into that team. Is the midfield that dire? Here's the thing. I saw that Spalletti wants to ban PlayStations in, I don't know, the team locker room or whatever. He's not letting them, I don't know, or maybe in hotels that they might stay at. He doesn't want anyone playing on the PlayStation because he thinks that they'll stay up too late to play because they can't, watch porn on their phones? But
can't play chess on their phones?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. You think any of them are playing chess? You think any of the boys are playing chess?
I feel like there's got to be a couple.
The midfielders?
Locatelli looks like he plays chess.
The midfielders, bro. Yeah. You know? Who definitely doesn't play chess? Donnarumma. Fucking.
No, Donnarumma could.
No, he's a potato, bro. He's a good guy, but he didn't even know they were winning the Euro when he fucking won the Euro,
true,
dude.
That's true.
Maybe
Scamacca does not play chess.
I don't think Scamacca plays chess, but you don't want to judge. You don't think the neck tattoo is conducive to the look of a man who
plays chess? No.
I don't know, an intellectual. I don't know. I think that if anyone doesn't play, it's probably Lorenzo Insigne, if he were still around, is not playing chess. He's not playing fucking chess, dude. I don't know, man. I mean, Andrea Pirlo notoriously said in 2006, the day of the World Cup, he played the PlayStation all day and then won the World Cup at night. But also, there's no Andrea Pirlo in the team now, dog. The only guy that might be able to do that is fucking Marco Verratti, And he's not going to be around anymore. But maybe he could be. I don't know. They're going to integrate him in March? There's no fucking way. Fuck his stats. You know what he does.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what he does, dude. At one point, we had Marco Parolo playing for the national team a couple years ago. Hey, come on, bro. Doggy. You going to tell me that fucking Marco Verratti isn't better at any point in time as long as he's playing football than Marco Parolo, Thiago Motta? Come on, bro. But I mean, I would buy the jersey. Yeah, I would still buy it. Who cares that it's simple? It's ugly. It's blue. It's blue. That is all.
Have you seen the big thing about the MLB jerseys? Those are really bad.
What's the deal?
That the MLB went to Fanatics this year. Fanatics, like
Okay.
they fucking,
Yeah, I follow you. Yeah.
they don't make clothes.
Uh-huh.
They started making the jerseys, and
How bad could it be?
they're really bad. Like, look at these.
How's a baseball jersey bad?
The pants are see-through, basically. Like, you see, like, when they tuck their shirt in, you see their shirts. Look at this.
You see the outline of their hammer type of thing. Like it's
Like, almost. Like, you see their underwear.
the MLB's got a strong union. They're not gonna like that.
And then one of the players even posted on Twitter. He posted his jersey. Fanatics replied, "Sorry, something we must have slipped up on that one. Message us and we'll get you a refund." Not knowing it was an MLB player.
That's crazy. Some marketing guy saying that the R&D team messed up.
Awful.
Can I see a picture? What's the problem?
It's not video.
It just looks like, by the way, bro, just go to images. What are you doing? Looking at news stories? I don't need to fucking I want to see them. I don't want to see writing about them. Why are you looking up MLB jerseys? Look up new MLB jerseys 2024. MLB jerseys. What are you doing? Look up, be specific. Fanatics 2024 jerseys. Pull it up here, dude. I'm not seeing any problems here.
I saw videos. They looked really like. See, that's why like the images aren't showing it. You have to see like the videos and stuff. Like, they're really like bad quality.
Okay.
They're not stitched. Like, the stitching isn't stitched. It's all like just printed. Like, even that, like, that's not stitched, I think.
Bro, I mean, if you care about the fucking jerseys to a certain extent, like, I don't know, bro. Do they fit? I'm looking at them now. They're not
See, look,
see-through.
you see, yeah, look at this. Look at the pants.
That just looks like, yeah,
You see a jersey tucked in.
that's a problem.
I mean,
Okay. All right. Well,
it's cheap.
baseball has it's good. It's something for people to care about in baseball. It's the first time anyone's cared about anything in baseball since the fucking steroid era, since the steroid scandal. Remember? Apparently, there was like a hearing in Congress or something, or the Senate had a hearing about like steroid use in baseball, and they called in like Sammy Sosa to give a testimony. It was like the Senate just wanted to meet Sammy Sosa. They just wanted to meet Mark McGuire. They wanted to meet they wanted to talk to fucking a bunch of baseball players. I don't know, bro. Look, yeah, I don't care. I think the jerseys look fine. You know. You see that the beach soccer national team made the final? When did that happen? Was that yesterday? Did the beach soccer final happen? Yeah, they
Sunday,
played it.
They lost to Brazil.
Oh, they lost to Brazil. Wow, that makes sense.
And I only know that because I follow the Italian national team on Instagram, and they were posting the beach soccer results.
Well, apparently, bro, they, I think they beat Belarus in the semifinal. Noted tropical beach country, Belarus. How they are doing well in beach soccer is beyond me. It was Sepp Blatter's dream, bro. Do you remember? Sepp Blatter gave this one incoherent speech after winning his last term as the FIFA president. I think in like 2014 or 15, to the point that like it was streamed on like TSN radio, and he was just spewing like total nonsense about. He was like, "This is very good for the sport, and we will focus on the beach soccer." He was just pure gibberish, and you would just hear these little keywords: women's in the beach soccer. Like, so anytime I see beach soccer, I think about Sepp Blatter giving that speech. Yeah, they beat Belarus, dude. Belarus, noted tropical, soccer oasis, Belarus. I don't know, dude. what the fuck's going on in soccer now, dude? What the fuck is going on in football now in the game, man? Like, look, did you see that? There's a guy, I think they call him Speed. Do you know who Speed is?
Everyone knows Speed.
Everyone knows
Speed.
Speed. Okay. So Speed is a retard. Speed is a retard with dreads who loves Ronaldo, I think. Right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about him like he's my little nephew. Like he's my 4-year-old nephew. Yes, yeah. My little nephew Speed, he's 4. He loves Ronaldo. He loves Ronaldo and he loves FIFA. And he screams a lot and he throws tantrums. He's 4. He's my nephew. He's little Speed. You know, his name's fucking his name's Daniele and we call him Speed. It's the nickname we've given to him. It's my little cousin. He's my brother's kid. Yeah, he's a bit reckless. He punches kids. He punches kids at daycare. Someone says Messi's better than Ronaldo, and he cries and he throws a tantrum. That's Speed. He's a toddler. Apparently, he's an 18-year-old streamer who's incredibly rich. Is he one of the bigger YouTube channels now?
Probably.
That's a damning fucking indictment on. To be fair, he's not that different from a lot of the KSI guys, the sidemen from years ago. You would have these British incels who had never gotten pussy until they made a little money on YouTube, screaming at the camera, while doing crossbar challenges. Where and a bunch of American kids and a bunch of Arab kids, it united bros, young 14-year-old bros throughout the world, right? You would just watch pack opening videos, FIFA pack opening videos. You'd watch these guys just spend $100 on packs, and that was a big deal. You would spend $100, and eventually you would get like a Legend Pele card because you spent $100 real dollars, right? That was a big deal. These guys were seen as unhinged. I guess this is kind of, and then they grew up, right? Now they're probably, they're just, they're regular adult gamer nerds, kind of, normal. That's going to be the new world, is where we're just going to have a bunch of guys who, they're gamers, they're nerds, and they're adults now, and they work, and they have families, and that's it, they game. But Speed is a guy who I think likes soccer, and he's a retard, and but he is, and he goes to events because I guess he's very popular among like dumb little 12-year-olds. Literally, like I know that's a thing. It's a little hacky to say, all right, go back to your 12-year-old fan base, but who likes him? It's gotta be literal minors, children, right? I would assume. It's usually how it is with these YouTubers, and then they grow up, and their fans kind of grow up with them. So he's like a new age guy who's a young kid. Basically, when you're 17, you don't have kids that are older than you watching you. You have kids that are younger than you, right? And then they kind of all, grow up with you, right? So KSI, I think, started like releasing shit when he was like 17, 18, and 12, 11, 12, 13, 15-year-olds kind of liked him, and they grew up with him now, I guess. Now he boxes, whatever. And so I don't know, because this guy has a bunch of young followers, I guess he gets invited to events and stuff. Like he'll get invited to the Ballon d'Or and shit. And he can't pronounce anyone's name because he's a fucking retard. And he'll be like, Kvichak Kvaratskhelia there, and he's like, oh yeah, it's you man, yeah, come what's your name? And he's like, Kvichak Kvaratskhelia is my name. And he's like, oh yeah, bro, yeah, bring it here. And then Kvichak's kind of like, he's like, he's older. He lives on his own. He's an adult who left, home at a young age. He's a little more mature. He answers to Luciano Spalletti, to coaches. There's media pressure on him. People tell him they love him. He has to kind of behave himself. He's a regular, adult. He's a 23-year-old, young man who's a little more refined. And he's like, yeah, yes, okay, very respectful. I'm from Georgia. Yes, I'm pizza. Okay, bro. Yeah, you're cool. This guy's like, hey man, yeah, you're the shit, man. You're the shit. And Feature doesn't know how to react. There's a lot of that. Like this guy Speed will be on the red carpet just calling out player names, and they're all kind of like, yes, bro, yes. None of them can, these guys who can't speak English are like, yes, bro, yes, number one, it's like the Salt Bay disease, right? Where guys would go to Salt Bay's restaurant and pose there. Or, remember the Brazilian kid who would like shoot on empty nets and take pictures with Ronaldinho? Receba. That dude, same idea. Same idea, except that dude was Brazilian, so he's more Catholic. He would do like the fucking sign of the cross all the time. It was more endearing, whereas Speed is more obnoxious. So this guy, did you see he played a charity game the other day? Do you see what he did to Kaká? Mm-hmm. Can we watch it together? I want to watch it. I saw this on TikTok. It was crazy, buck wild, dude. It was fucking wild. And this is modern football now. This is modern football. Is you have old world guys like Kaká, a legend, right, who won a Ballon d'Or and played for Milan and Real Madrid, and did he win a World Cup in 2002? I don't think he did, but whatever, he might have. Doesn't matter. He's playing a charity game, and then I Show Speed does this. I mean, it's a red card challenge. And the commentators are just glazing him. They're not like aggrieved because these aren't real football commentators. Can you imagine Martin Tyler seeing this? The horror, the level of horror, dude. The level of horror that you should have. Okay, if you're a real football commentator and you see Kaká get tackled, studs up, red card challenge for no reason, from behind in a fucking charity game, you'd be aghast. But these commentators are like, you've got to admire the balls on Speed for coming in on a legend of the game like Kaká. And it's, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And someone needs to shoot him or something. Someone needs to shoot him in the knees, like in the kneecap, just so he can't play in a charity game anymore. And because that's modern football, man. It's getting a little out of hand now. These internet guys are getting bigger than they ever were, and they're now entering the real world. We're not just keeping them on the internet. We're saying, come watch them play live. And this is what happens when you put a fucking an idiot like that, a fucking clownish figure like that, on a field with Paolo Maldini. Can you imagine, dude, fucking just coming in and like what if Kaká was older? Kaká's 40. What if he did it to like you imagine if Gennaro Gattuso got tackled by this motherfucker? If Gattuso was on the field, he would have lost his mind. He would have grabbed him by the throat, I don't know. What are you pulling up here? You want me to talk about Cosenza, Parma live?
I'm just showing you.
1-1. Yeah, cheers. All right. Good stuff. Halftime. We'll catch the second half later when this pod wraps in a sec here. Man, and compare. Listen, I don't want to live in a world where, some of the best players who have played the game in the last 20 years have to take the field with guys who Twitch stream. I want to live in an old school world where coaches are getting arrested for spying on a practice session with binoculars. Like what happened the other day. You see the story, one of the craziest stories of the year in Italian football. I think Ivan Juric, the coach at Torino, had one of his assistants go spy on Roma while they were running a training session, and I think he got arrested for stealing their plans. New Spygate scandal erupts in Italy as security catch a Torino staff member hiding and taking notes during a Roma training session ahead of tonight's Serie A clash. Roma and Torino are due to face each other at the Stadio Olimpico tonight. A Torino staff member has reportedly been caught spying on Roma's training. David Moyes doesn't deserve the negativity toward him at West Ham. It's ridiculous and shameful. What the fuck is that? Okay, it's an unrelated note. Was Moyes involved in a similar thing at one point? He might have. I don't know if that's related or not. Torino have reportedly been caught spying on a Roma training session ahead of the two teams facing each other in Serie A tonight. Roma are due to host Torino at the Stadio Olimpico, with Daniele De Rossi's side having a chance to move within 2 points of fifth place Atalanta if they can secure a win. However, their preparation may have been disrupted by their opponents after Torino staff member Michele Orecchio, that's a great name, was spotted hiding and taking notes at Roma's training ground over the weekend, according to Corriere dello Sport. Is this happening all the time? is every time someone does this, is it getting out? Because it feels like we hear about this once in a blue moon. Are people doing this regularly and just not getting caught? So who is this guy? I heard he got arrested. I don't know if this is true, but this is not the first time that Orecchio has done this ahead of a game against Roma. Last April, Orecchio was found with recording equipment by Jose Mourinho's assistant, Nuno Santos, at Roma's training facility. Why do they keep letting this man in? Who keeps letting this man in? Recording equipment. Where was he found? In the parking lot. Once again, Orecchio seemed to have been deployed to get an early look at how Mourinho's men might line up for the match. His spying mission ultimately proved unsuccessful as he was caught in the act, and Torino lost 1-0 to Roma with Paulo Dybala scoring the only goal of the game.
This is last time.
Yeah, I think they lost 3-2 the other day.
Yeah.
Mourinho has since been replaced by De Rossi, but Torino still appear keen on getting any advantage they can. Are they doing this for every fucking game, dude? Here's the thing. I don't see an issue with it. I don't have an issue with spying on your opponent. I think if you're not trying to do that, you're not trying hard enough.
Apparently Edelman said that Brady was paranoid like that. He used to take them. He didn't want to, for the Super Bowl, he didn't want to practice on the outdoor field, only inside, because he would think there was people in the building
drones
watching. Yeah. Or people in the building watching them and wanted to get their strategies.
Yeah, in reality, probably nobody even had the wherewithal to pull that off. What they do have is fucking Chris Smalling being stared at by is Chris Smalling still at Roma? Yeah, you got Chris Smalling fucking stared at by Mr. Orecchio. What did they probably thought they could get one over on the Roma because they got new management or whatever. Here we go. Yeah, so a couple years ago, Bielsa a couple years ago admitted to having snooped on championship rivals, according to this article. Right, yeah. He said he did nothing illegal after a staff member was caught spying on Derby ahead of a league match and proceeded to show the media a detailed spreadsheet of information that he had on all of Leeds' opponents. See, that's great. You just have to, break some kneecaps. You got to be the one to manage that shit yourself. But, Roma's... Sorry, so... What is this talking about? Okay, they're talking about football. Yeah, I don't know. I maybe it's untrue, but I heard that he got arrested or something.
Yeah, I think I've seen that too.
What for? Trespassing? Here's the thing. If he was let in, you can't get arrested for that. I don't think, right? He had to have been in the trees or something. Again, what is this guy's role? What is this guy's actual position at Torino? Just to be clear. He's a member of staff, but what is he? Is he like a water boy or is he the assistant coach? Michele Orecchio.
That's wrong. Let's put Torino.
Let's pull this up here. You misspelled Orecchio here. We're on a tear today, buddy. Here we gotta tighten up. It's the audio's bad enough as is. We gotta give people as much as possible here. That's of high quality. Is it clear what he does?
Torino assistant. Here they're claiming he's the assistant coach.
He's the assistant coach, and they sent him on a fucking mission that involves him sneaking around covertly. Dude, member of Torino staff caught spying on the Roma's training facility. As reported online, the police of Spinaceto had identified Michele Orecchio, collaborator of the Torino spy efforts. I mean, listen, Ivan Juric is... I gotta say, if you have information on on your opponents and you play the kind of football that Torino play under fucking Ivan Juric, that's a tough one. That's a really tough one, dude. I mean, okay, this has to be happening all the fucking time. If your team isn't spying on the opponent, you've got to be upset now, knowing that it's a thing that can happen. But apparently he had binoculars. What are you really getting out of it? What are you really getting out of watching with binoculars from afar and not being able to hear what is said? I guess he had recording equipment, to be fair. Kind of, but I just imagine him walking around with World War II era fucking, World War II era, listening equipment with a fucking Walkman and having to scratch a disc until he just picks up, little, you got to pick, you probably hear like conversations about like, I don't know, but like what they had for breakfast. What are people really talking about on a training ground that's that interesting, How diligently is Roma preparing for Torino, For Real Madrid, they're going all in. They got a big fucking, a big tactical session. We got to prep the boys accordingly. Torino. It's fucking Torino, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. So the first half of this pod's gonna sound, the way it's gonna sound. That's a shame. But I don't know, man. Let's end on this. You were telling me that your Twitter algorithm's been especially bad lately. You've been seeing people dying on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Like what kind of death? What kind of death are we talking?
I saw one guy who looked like some terrorist, I guess. He had a gun, and he was like pointing it upwards, and then he looked down the barrel, and you see his hat fly off.
Oh, really? So you see a guy shoot himself in the head?
Yeah.
How does that video get off?
What
He looks like a terrorist?
Yeah, it's like a group of like guys, and I don't want to
Describe it.
Yeah, but they all had guns, whatever, and then one guy's just looks down the barrel,
Yeah.
shoots himself in the head.
Okay. That's not that graphic, but it's okay. It sounds cinematic almost.
But imagine just
I don't know. Yeah. No. Finish your thought.
you live your life, and
Yeah.
like that's how you go out. Like you're a 30-year-old man. You've lived your life, whatever.
There's a porn star last week who shot herself in the head with a shotgun. Apparently.
Not by accident, though.
No, she killed herself with a shotgun, and yeah, she was 35 years old. I mean, I saw a picture of this lady. She to be fair, I mean, we don't want to speak ill of the dead. She looked more than 35. He said, those are some hard years. But yeah, TMZ reported it. They didn't just say gunshot wound or self-inflicted gunshot wound. They just said shoots herself with a shotgun in the head. They're going full on, just classless, theatrics. And, it's not a good life being a porn star, obviously. And what do you do in that case? Do you go back and watch the videos out of respect, or do you just never do it again? Do you swear off it? Do you disrespect her life's work and her contribution to society and no longer, because there have to be people that see that and they're like, oh, never heard of this person before. Let me go look it up, You got to feel a little bad, You can be people in the comments, Who's here after? who's here after she blew her head off? Like this if you're like whatever. Like this if you're like this if you miss her.
It's 2030. She's still going. She's still going harder.
Oh,
this video still goes hard.
Like who's watching in 2045? The greatest to ever do it, no doubt, bro. I would say, yeah, man, it's hard to fucking have a long career in that field. Who the hell knows how long that lady was doing it? And, you could bone and look good till you're 55 years old. You imagine putting another 20 years of miles on that dash? It's better than being, listen, man, people that are porn stars are more proud of their work than accountants, I will say. I looked up the KPMG Instagram page the other day. You know how many people I know that work for KPMG? You know how many of them fucking follow KPMG? 0. None of them. It's like you're ashamed to work for these guys. How fucking bad does that suck, dude? They're the most boring people on the planet. Unfortunately, I know I'm talking about you, and my girlfriend's gonna become one. That's okay. I think it's an acceptable job for a lady. It's a good job for a woman. You organize stuff. It's good. It's good. They will get replaced one day, and I can't wait for that day because they are the fucking least. They're the least fun people on planet Earth. You hate the employer, but you're afraid to offend them. You kick a guy off a fucking soccer team because he fucking had a guy on a podcast who said, "Yeah, wouldn't it be funny if a guy who If a fucking Mohawk guy flipped a Catholic kid onto a mat on a wrestling mat and then just started scalping him, and I can't play soccer anymore because of that. You don't even fucking follow these guys. You don't respect them. Fucking follow your employer, dumbass. What are you doing? Working for a fucking company that you don't even want to follow on Instagram. Think about that, dude. Think about that, dude. Think about that for a second. You don't want to see what these guys are doing. You don't want to see what they're posting about. You don't care. You don't care to that extent. Porn stars, conversely, people don't respect them as much, but they're posting about their work all the time. Under tweets. Check out my pussy right here. Check out my free OnlyFans in bio. You know. Porn star, Cagney, whatever, blows her head off with a shotgun. First comment under Twitter. I'll blow your fucking mind too if you come to my OnlyFans. Just a woman with her tits out. She respects her work, dude. Accountants fucking are ashamed of it, and they're ashamed of it. They're ashamed of it. I'll come out and say it. They're ashamed of it. Fucking Stunads. I don't know, bro. Whatever. You know what my fucking algorithm is now, dude? Yours is fucking people dying. My algorithm now on YouTube, and I'm happy it's this. Because it's captivating enough that I'll click on every video, which means they'll keep showing it to me, which is good. But it won't, like, send me down a real rabbit hole. I get people cooking garbage food from scratch. I get, like, people cooking dishes that are not especially great, but they're quick. I can't describe it to you. If I were to log into my YouTube right now, I guarantee you the first result would be like how to make bread in 5 minutes. And it's a 15-minute video, which makes no sense. But it's like a German mat. I'm telling you, dude. Let me give you an example. Let me try to find one. I'm going to send one to you here. It's actually crazy. This is my algorithm now. Because it's German men cooking. And the Germans can't cook, but they're passionate about it, and it's kind of cute. I'll pull it up here. Hang on. While I do this, I don't know. While I pull this up here, I don't know, bro. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being an accountant and being afraid for your life all the time. You know, the alternative is to fucking do porn and wind up aiming a shotgun down your gullet. So, whatever. Oh, we didn't even talk about Dani Alves. I forgot about Dani Alves. So while I pull this up, do you see what happened with him?
He got arrested, or he
got
sentenced.
He got sentenced 5 years. 5 years. I was reading about Dani Alves, bro. It was crazy. I don't know if I wasn't following the trial at all.
No, me neither.
Okay, dude. Can I go over the trial with you here? The trial was as follows. Dani Alves, New Year's Eve last year, a year ago, allegedly rapes a woman in a bathroom in Barcelona, gets arrested, wife divorces him right away. Not because of rape, but because of infidelity. Apparently, she's aggrieved by it, which Adam Johnson's wife should have done as well, by the way. Remember Adam Johnson, the guy who played for Sunderland and did a couple years for trying to solicit sex with a 15-year-old? And she's back with him. Not only is she back with a pedophile, she's back with the infidelity, the infidelity guy, the guy who committed infidelity. They're having a kid together now. Crazy. But Dani Alves initially says he wasn't in the bathroom. And they're like, well, we got you on video going into the bathroom. He's like, okay, well, I was just taking a shit. And this lady was in the bathroom. Like, well, why did she stay in there for 15 minutes while you were taking a shit? And he's like, well, she sucked my dick. And then they're like, well, we found your semen inside of her and bruising commensurate with, the story that you did that to her. And he's like, all right, well, it was consensual. It kept changing. It was crazy. It was fucking nuts. But apparently last year he actually won a tax case. So while this was all going on, he had like an outstanding tax case because like most footballers in Spain got done for tax evasion. He actually got $3 million or 3 million euro back from like the Spanish government. That was a small victory for him. It's so funny. Like if you go to like the legal matters a tab of his Wikipedia page, it's got the sexual assault allegation, then just a little blurb at the end, tax fraud case. It's like in November 2023, he successfully won, a tax fraud case, which alleged that he, engaged in improper conduct with, Spanish tax authorities going back 15 years. But, they gave him $3 million back. Yeah, so, all right. It's not all that bad, I guess. Whatever. I'm having a hard time finding this fucking video here. Oh, here's another thing that's in my fucking algo. Actually, pull up the video I sent you, dude. My algo right now is two things. It's fucking these weird cooking videos and videos like this. This one that we're about to watch. Just Italian excellence videos.
Goes hard.
Dude. This is why young people like Mussolini, by the way. Shit like this. That's why the people that like Mussolini now are like, bro, I drink espresso. That's it. See, they're patting down the fucking coffee machine, the coffee for the coffee maker, and somehow that becomes I don't know. That turns into Italian excellence. We need to fucking export this everywhere and take over Ethiopia. That's why you got to guard against it, dude. It's a real instinct that is risque. Very risque. I can't find this fucking goddamn video, dude. We might have to cut away for a sec here. All right, we're back. Let's wrap on this here. I want you to watch this video, dude. So I get videos like this now in my algo all the time.
Today I will show you how you can turn burger with fries, which usually has well over 1,000 calories, into a healthier version that has significantly fewer calories and also contains 47 grams of protein.
So it's like, what it is it's these like videos that like made by German guys on like how to make like healthier food alternatives. And it's just so, it's the craziest thing to listen to, dude. It's crazy that German people speak this way, unironically. Because we hear about how like, I don't know, we hear this in sketches and stuff. We think it's exaggerated. No, this is how they speak, dude. It's how they speak English. And it just sounds evil. But the problem is, this is a nice guy. He's like, his whole video here is, this is how you make a healthy burger. You use this kind of ground beef instead. You use the ground beef, which has 50% less fat. This reduces your calories significantly. We lose a little bit of the tastiness, but it's like how is this guy real? It just you don't sound like you should be talking about burgers and love and like it's like they mean well. It's almost like a robot trying to learn how to be a human. They're like, we will make you a hamburger. It's very good, and we will do it the healthy way. Here, try it, like it, enjoy it. And so I just get cooking videos now from guys like this, and
Start with the fries. For this, you need to peel 250 grams worth of mealy potatoes like russet. Yes, you need to peel them, and I will show you why in a second. After that, cut the potatoes in half and then into planks about 2 centimeters or 1 inch thick. I'm cutting them into wedges, but you could also turn them into French fries. That is up to you. Now, you can absolutely just add them into the air fryer.
Jovial sounding, friendly sounding. This jovial German guy. It's just odd, It's off-putting. Like hearing the enthusiasm for potatoes and ground beef cooking. I'm sure he's well-meaning, but I don't know. It sounds like a Disney or Pixar character. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. Like, it's just not how you picture German people to be. You picture them being like more aggressive. Is this like what Hitler was like before he flipped? You know what I'm saying? It's like a fever dream, I don't know, bro. A fever dream, dude. It just feels like it feels like a South Park sketch, where it's like what are the Nazis doing now? Like what, dude? Imagine, dude, if you're a Nazi and you could see what became of your grandchildren. It's like, the sacrifices I made for you guys. You know how many fucking bodies I caught? You know how many fucking bodies I caught so that you guys could go on and what? Do this? Make cooking videos online talking about ground beef? Well, I just like to cook, Grandpa. You see, I always want to be a cook. I'm not even gay. I just want to cook. This was like Hitler, dude. If he became an artist, dude. This is Hitler nowadays, dude. Hitler nowadays would have been a YouTuber. Instead of being a fucking artist, Hitler would have been a YouTuber who makes cooking videos like this. And they would have gotten no love. And he's like, I'm just trying to give people a healthy alternative. If you use this ground beef, it is better. It has 400 calories, the whole recipe. It is better for you. It is better for your health. Why is nobody loving me? You know? Israel is an apartheid state. And then then it starts, right? That's how it starts, dude. If Hitler was around today, dude, he'd be a failed fucking comic, or he'd be like a failed YouTuber, bro. He'd be this guy. This guy actually has a page that has success. I enjoy watching it, but it's just odd. Is this what Hitler was like, dude? You know, when he was like an artist, he's like, if you use these colors, it brings out the lovely flavor, which you cannot really appreciate. And then he just flipped. So that's the problem. Is I want to just watch the videos and kind of, adhere to the recipes and they're simple recipes. He's making burgers. This ain't Gordon Ramsay, but yeah, I don't know, bro. And you got people blowing their heads off. Mm-hmm. It's what happens when you get too good at chess, dude. Is you just become callous and you just start. I suck at chess, so I watch gay German cooking videos now on YouTube. That's my YouTube algorithm, dude. If we play Germany in the Euro in the summer, I'm just gonna pull up videos like this and say, "Aren't you embarrassed?" I'm gonna go full Maniscalco. Aren't you embarrassed, bro? These are your fucking people. This is your fucking people, dude. Our cooking videos are just like the pasta queen. She's like got wind in her hair. Ingredients: the drama, pasta, Italiana, pine nuts. Come here, I will eat your ass. The Germans are just like, please love me. Love me and give me validation. It was this or start a revolution. Because it's in there somewhere. It's almost like the devil is in this guy, The devil is in this poor bastard. He's like keeping it at bay. He's trying to be normal, posting YouTube commentary or YouTube content. I don't know. Yeah, bro. All right, this was a fun one. Fucking audio, dude. The fucking audio, dude. We got the chess talk in the beginning, though. The first 2 minutes of you talking about how based you are at chess now. That made it in. That made it in. What do you have to say? What do you have to say before we wrap up here? What's your read on what's going on in the world right now?
It's my read on.
Yeah, you're getting death videos on Twitter.
Free beans.
Free beans.
Fucking.
Give me something.
Dybala should have stayed.
Dybala should have stayed at Juve, dude. Fuck off, bro. There's no way. They're getting rid of Chiesa this year, by the way. I think it's happening. They're gonna sell him off, and I keep hearing we gotta sell Yildiz, we gotta sell Chiesa, we gotta sell Sule. God forbid we keep all three. God forbid we keep the good players. What the fuck do I know, bro? I'm just a guy who watches German videos. Find out how to eat like a pig for half the calories, dog. What the fuck do I know? I can't even get the audio on a pod consistently. I can't go on a 6-month streak where there's no interruption with the audio. What do you want from me? What do you want from me, bro? Follow me at I'm Sam Adamo. Subscribe to the pod. If you're in London, Ontario on March 7th, there's a comedy show at the Yuck Yucks there. I'm not doing it, but a guy I know his name's Marco. He's a good guy, and go see it. It's an Italian comedy show, and I promised him that I would plug it on the pod. He said, I'm going on Chin Radio. I'm going on some Italian TV station. If you pay me $500, I'll as a sponsor, you could sponsor the event, the podcast. I said, bro, it's fine. I'll give you a shout out. So there it is. If you're in London, Ontario, go to watch that show on March 7th. It's on their Yuck Yucks website. Free ads. Free ads for that show so that I don't have to have the pod shouted out on Chin Radio. I think it's a bad look. It's going to be a bad look when I do the commercial for Sergio Lino Restaurant next week. But we're going to do it. We're going to do it, Dilo. We're going to do it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fucking come out and I'm going to say, can I just riff? And they're like, yeah, sure, riff. You want this to be authentically Italian? I go, yeah, sure, no problem. I go, bro, these trans, I would rather my kid have leukemia than be one of these freaks. Thank you for tuning in. Till next time, ciao.